Well, hello again. Another video. This one in particular is Elink problems. As you know, this is the Elink. I've had quite a few people where they can't get the Elink to connect to the computer. Now, a lot of it is just the boards, or the baud rate as they're called. So we'll just take this out for a minute. Right. So first thing you need to do is make sure it's plugged in and it's switched on. You go to your device manager, wherever, or whichever case you get at it, which will come up with this. And you go to this one there where it says ports. Double click on that and then you get this, and that'll tell you which COM port it's actually sitting on. The best one I always find is COM3. So you just click onto that and you get that. One thing you must do is make sure that the port settings are correct. Now this one here is on 19200. That is for an Elite, because that's what I run up here. But the one you want for the Elink is this one, which is 1,000 or 115,200. That's the one you want. You click on that. That will then give you the baud rate. Another thing you can always try as well while you've got it connected in is connect to the drivers there and then go to update drivers. That will update the drivers on your computer for the Elink. So those are the two main ones you want to do with that. Other than that, that's basically it. So you come out of there now, you'd actually come onto your Railmaster, you come to settings there, and you got to make sure, it does come up, that it's set at Elink, and that one there is set at the 115,200. Them are the only two you've got to do, nothing else, and it should click in. As I said, I've had one or two problems with it. Now, one thing actually is that you'll find is when you go up here and go onto that there, it'll tell you what version you're in. You should be on 170 if you actually on an Elite. This one is, of course, this is an Elite, so it's a different number. But that's all you've got to do, and this should connect. Now, what actually has happened is two I've just done recently. Is one, we were trying to get it work. He brought it up to my house, and I said, well, first thing I did, I plugged the Elink into my Railmaster downstairs, plugged it in, all working perfect, no problem at all. Anyway, Steve at the Hobby Goblin had got some of these in. So actually I brought them home and plugged them into my machine at home downstairs, and made sure that when you put it on track, that a train runs, and also I've even attempted and done programming a train off it to make sure that they were correct. I will take them back to him next week. But that is basically the things you have. But now, what has happened is, because his computer was an old computer, it wasn't talking to it properly. So what he's done, he's actually connected into a new computer, and it works perfect. So it was actually the computer. I've had another one where the computer's blown up, so he's got another computer now and he's plugged in that. Now, one thing will happen is, because it's in the old machine, you can't get it into the new machine. What you've got to do is first of all put the disk in to give you the evaluation copy. And then what you've got to do is you've got to go onto this thing here, which is a question mark there, and there is another little box there, and it's send a request. And if you click on that, you'll just get this, click that, and what you'll get is this little message come up. When it comes up, it decides to come up. There we are. So what you do is you put your email address in there, you confirm the email address there, and in there you'll write to Railmaster saying that your computer's blown up, you've changed it over, and what you've actually got to do is to deactivate your numbers. So here, say I've got quite a few here, but what you've got to do is the Railmaster number there, you've got to give them that number. And also if you've got Pro, you've got to give them that number as well, so they can deactivate both of them. And what they'll do then, they will deactivate your system, reactivate it, they will send you an email, and all you've got to do then is to put your numbers back into the computer, and you should be okay, should be working fine. So that is the problem. Now the problem also is one of them is actually blown up, and he's got all sorts of stuff in there. Now one thing I've always told you about this, now one thing you need to do is to come out of there for a minute. You need to go to your files, and you go to the Railmaster file. This is all that's in Railmaster, of course. The two things that you want is, and now you need to put these on a memory stick or a disk. Do that all the time, because if anything happens to your computer, you'll lose everything in the system. And what you've got to do is you've got to come down to your track plan, whichever it might be. Now, some say mine is track plan, whatever it is. Now what it'll actually come up as is it'll give you the name of your track plan, and it'll say .pin. You copy that onto your hard drive or onto your memory stick or your disk. That'll save your track plan. So when it comes to put the new system in, the new computer, all you do is copy that file off the disk back to the Railmaster main screen, and it will actually go in. There is another one which you actually need as well. Most of you got a lot of trains. Is, where is it? The resource file, and it's a resource file MDB. That one there, you see. And what you do then is you copy that one in. That is all your locos. So when you get your new system back, you actually then copy that one in, and all your trains will come back on the system. But anybody has problems with these, one thing I've always said is please get in contact with me. Now one way you can do it is by this, which is TeamViewer 14. Go to Google, type in TeamViewer 14 and download this, the app, and that's what it'll come up by. That's how it comes up by. And what happens is when if you then ring me and you then, come on, if it comes up, you will then get a screen come up when he decides to do it. There we are. That's what you'll get. And what you've got to do is tell me your ID number and then your password number. I will then click this and I will connect to your computer. When I connect to your computer, I then can do everything you want. It's also any problems you've got, if you want to set a train up or you're in problems with a train, I can do this in minutes. It's so easy. But also I can see what problems you've got. I can jump around different screens. But it's TeamViewer 14, then give me a call. I can then link to your computer and see what your problems are. So that is the main thing we've got with the Elink. Now then, also, as I said recently, I had a problem with my computer when Windows 10 took all the voice out of my computer. It took me about 3 hours to get it back again, but then I was having a problem with my voice. As you know, I do everything by voice in my system. So it took me a while, but what I've actually done now is I've actually bought this. I was actually, what it was is the where you plug the one point in there, this was getting faulty, it looks like. So I bought this with a USB port on it, and I've connected it in. This particular one is from Into Audio, and that is the, I'm going to just do it this way around, it's a bit easy. Oops, put it straight. And it's that one, which is a Sound Lab condenser USB microphone with adjustable stand, and it is £11.49. I got this off eBay, but that's what it actually is. So you want to copy that down and pick one up. But so I say, it's brilliant from the fact is that it actually I can take it off the stand if I want to and operate it that way around, and I'll show you that in 2 seconds. See, it's just come off now, actually. So I can just put that back into its stand like that, do that. Now, as you know, I do everything by voice in my computer, so I'll show you that in a second. Now then, one thing I've just picked up is the new Hornby magazine, which, if you actually buy it, you actually get all this, which is all to do with Railmaster, and it goes on about doing this by picking up by forward, reverse, and all that. And then you've got this where you can actually put them in. Don't put them in manually, because what happens is, if you tell the train to go forward for so many seconds, you don't know where the hell it is on the track. Always do it by that one there. You click on that, you click the OK, and then whatever you do, it records it. You click it again, and it'll say, do you want this? And it'll bring you all the program you've just done with that train, which you'll see some of my other videos will show you how to do that. And then all you do is give it a name, and it'll set up here in the programs there. So these are all my programs in here, look, dozens and dozens of them. But that's where you actually then just click the blue button and it works. But then again, going back to the voice control, one thing you actually do is you need to get this speech recognition, which is usually in your computers. Type in speech recognition and go through the program on setting your microphone up and all that. This is all, of course, you can only do this in Pro. You can't do it in normal. So if I click on that now, and I click on that, and you get
Railmaster voice control ready.
So I can actually switch my, find the switch. Do it this way. So also is that this little stand, oops, do this, come on, fold. It folds like that. So I can actually hold it like that and do it that way around. So what I'll do first is I will actually shove my chair up to the end of the station. By the way, that's my Fat Controller's chair. That's the one I sit in. But I've actually put an extension on this cable. So in actual fact, I can actually go all the way over here and sit on here, and I can do my railway from here. Such as bubble, lights on, cab on, coach on, coach off, cab off, lights off, lights off, lights on, lights off. That's it, it's gone off. Sometimes it does it twice. But you can control your trains perfectly. This is the latest one I've just had, which is the Lord Nelson. A beautiful train. So what we'll actually do, we'll start this up. Nelson, sound on. Whistle long. Forward. Speed 10. Speed 20. Class 15. Lights on. Forward. Speed 20. Speed 20. Didn't want to go this way. Forward. Speed 20. There you go. Speed 10. Speed 7. speed 0. Nelson, speed 30. Speed 10. Speed 0. Sound off. So I can do any one of my trains that way around, such as like here. I can do all this. So, blue shunter, blue shunter. Yeah, man, it's just this is trouble picking it up. Blue shunter, reverse, speed 40. Speed 0, table, forward, speed 15, speed 0, blue shunter, forward, speed 40, speed 0, so I'm saying the thing you can actually do with this is you can do all this by voice, just have to turn them off. But that's the major thing, is that Elink. If you have any problems with it, just give me a call and I'll try and sort it out. Now sometimes I can't get it to go, and usually it could be the Elink is faulty. One gentleman, I went through it all, we just still couldn't get it. He sent the Elink off, he's got it back, plugged it in and it works perfect, no problem at all. But you've got to get in a Hornby for that, just ring Hornby about that and they will give you a code number to send it back to. But, say, if you want me at any time, please contact me. I'm on 01782 302194. I'm always here, and my email address is there, and please subscribe and I'll see you again soon. Bye.